So you've always heard how you needed 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. And that was actually pretty good advice from your mom. But the consequences of undersleeping are too bad for you to just go about life sleeping 4 hours per night like my schoolmates, bro. Sleeping 4 hours per day isn't sufficient. If you ever thought that, sleeping is one of the most important parts of our lives. If you don't have good sleep, you don't have a good life, simply put. Sleep really does improve your life. So there's no reason why you shouldn't have more of it if you don't have it enough, and to also improve the quality of your sleep, which in turn gives you a better life because you have better sleep. And better sleep gives you so many benefits. There's no reason why you shouldn't at least try to improve your sleep and to have more of it. And if you're getting bad sleep, then everything in your life suffers, from your relationships to your grades in school or your productivity in work. Your physical fitness will degrade. Even if you go to the gym, you won't be as effective as if you had enough sleep. You'll make less money, you'll be able to pray less harder. Everything in your life just simply isn't as good when you have not as good sleep. There are just simply countless benefits to having good sleep. Like I said, better concentration, better mood, more productivity, you are simply happier. Sleep actually very greatly contributes to a good well-being, so you have less depression and anxiety, you are more confident. The time you spend with people is more positive and more enjoyable. When you work harder and better, and you're more happier. There are simply too many reasons for good sleep that you should just skip it out. Even, like I'll say this a million times, even if you work extra and sleep less, you'll get the same done even if you sleep the same amount that you should, 8 hours. So that means that if you sleep 8 hours, you'll get the same done if you sleep 4 hours and just crank in some extra work. It's the same quality, okay? It's not the same quality actually. It's the same quantity. Let's say that you need to study for an exam and you just cram it all in one nighter. Bro, just get enough sleep and just wake up a little earlier. Your hippocampus, that deposit of memories, short-term memories, will be cleared. You'll be able to make new long-term memories. Bro, just get enough sleep and just wake up a bit earlier. Trust me, you have better grades, okay? I read almost an entire book about sleep. I know this. Sleep improves your memory, concentration, everything in your life improves once you improve your sleep. Because there's more to life than just working, you know? If you just work all day, then you won't actually get that much extra work done. Sleep really does improve your concentration and your productivity and your output. So if you just work more and sleep less, you actually achieve less, especially for students. Because how memory basically works, you have a deposit somewhere in your brain called the hippocampus. And that deposit gets filled up throughout the day, and if you don't get enough sleep, then it doesn't get cleared, and the memories you've formed don't as effectively go into your long-term memory. So for students, it's absolutely crucial that we get good amount of sleep, like around 9 hours, because we are so young. So that's also why you should get enough sleep. You have better memory. But here's how you may actually be undersleeping when you may even get 7 to 8 or maybe even 9 hours of sleep per night. There's a thing called sleep efficiency. Why it made this, I don't know, but sleep efficiency is basically like sleeping for 10 hours and then actually getting around 8 hours of sleep. So the way that sleep efficiency works is kind of complicated to explain, but if you want to see your uh, efficiency of your sleep, you can just download an app that I've personally used called Sleep Cycle. In that app, you just track your sleep, and it also shows you your sleep efficiency. So you can also trust me that I'm not just making this up out of my ass. It's actually something rarely ever anyone considers. If you get 80% sleep efficiency and you get 10 hours of sleep, with that 80% sleep efficiency, you actually get like 8 hours of sleep. And God forbid, you have like 7 hours in bed. Because let's say that you immediately just fall asleep 7 hours in bed. With 80% sleep efficiency, that's like 6.5 hours. Not very good, you know. Then you're undersleeping. And the same goes for when you drink caffeine or alcohol. These drugs really do impact your sleep in a negative way. Caffeine. What is caffeine? I'm not here to explain that, but what does caffeine do? Caffeine basically blocks your sleepiness hormone, the hormone you use to fall asleep. That hormone is melatonin, but the one that caffeine suppresses is adenosine. And if caffeine suppresses adenosine, then you have not as good sleep, which is very bad. The half-life of caffeine is somewhere around 8 hours. That means that half of the caffeine is already washed out of your body. So that means after 8 hours, only 50% of the caffeine is out of your system. God forbid that you drink coffee like 6 p.m., God forbid, or even at dinner. That just significantly decreases your sleep quality and maybe even your sleep quantity, because you maybe harder to fall asleep. And alcohol, some people think that alcohol actually improves your sleep because they can just quickly fall asleep, but no, it actually decreases it, the quality of it, because falling asleep and actually sleeping are not passing out. That's what I meant to say. Passing out is not the same as actually sleeping. Going unconscious is not like actually sleeping, and that's what alcohol does for you. You pass out, but you don't actually start sleeping. And when you do fall asleep again, the quality is just much lower. And the same with other drugs like marijuana, CBD, and these kinds of stuff. All of these things decrease your quality of sleep. But why should you even care about sleep? If you're the guy, the type of dude, the type of person who likes to work a lot and cares a lot about productivity, sleep is actually the thing you really do need. Because sleep improves your concentration, your productivity, and your mood. So if you like pull an all-nighter, like you may have pulled in some extra hours, but you won't actually produce that much extra work, because you will also be more sleepy, you will have poor concentration, you won't be at your optimum best. So it would be best if you would get enough sleep and then fully concentrate on the task at hand tomorrow, once you have a full night of sleep. So that means that if you don't have enough sleep, your productivity will plummet. Even if you're putting extra hours in, it's just simply not worth it. And probably a worse part is that with poor sleep, you actually gain more weight. You know, there's a chemical or two hormones called leptin and ghrelin, and a deficiency or having too much of either is not good. If you want to see how sleep and weight gain and weight loss are correlated, click this video in the end screen where the dark will come and I will go. So yeah, click that video here to learn more about sleep and weight loss or weight gain, and have a good one.